In Java, variables are containers used to store data values. Each variables in Java has a type which determines what kind of data it can hold. So let's see the types of variables in Java. We have local variables, instance variables, class variables. So basically, local variable is declared inside a method or block, only accessible within the method or block, and it must be initialized before use. Here you can see it's a local variable, and it's initialized or declared inside a method. Then we have instance variable, like non-static field, declared inside a class but outside any method. Each object of class has its own copy. So this is a class and it has a instance variable. So it's declared outside a method. So you can see here, if the method is within the method, it's called local variable, and if it is outside the method and within the class, and it will be called as instance variable. And again, we have a static or class variable, like declared with the static keyword inside a class. So the difference between instance variable and static variable is, it's start with static keyword. If any variable has a keyword static, it's called as class variable, and it's shared among all instance of the class. So the variable declaration syntax is, starts with a type, the data type, and the variable name is user defined variable name, and need to follow the naming conventions as well. So we should not use the default or built-in keywords for naming the variable. Then the value. So we like, let's see what are the data types we have. You can see the types we have used here: int, double, char, boolean, string. So we'll see how, or what are the data types available inside Java. So we have primitive and basically the like data type is a classification of a type of a data that a variable can hold in computer programming. So data types in Java are classified into two types, like primitive and non-primitive. So basically, like we have eight primitive types: byte, short, int, long for integers, and float and double for decimals, char for characters, and boolean for true and false. So a byte data type is a 8-bit. Again, value from 128 to 127. Default value is 0. And default basically default value for all these primitive types, like basically byte, short, int, long, float, double will be 0 only. And short, like data type, is an 16-bit value from 2 power 15 to 2 power 15 minus 1. uh, then we have int, like int data type, which has 32-bit, and it's like 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. You can see these are the values. Then we have a long data type, so which is a 64-bit, and the default value is 0L. So for float, you have to give a point 0.0 f, for double 0L. Like for sorry, for long it's a 0L. Again, we have a float and double data type. Again, float is 32-bit, float and int is 32-bit, long and double is 64-bit. So float is mainly used to save memory in a large arrays of floating point numbers. And again, double data type is generally used as a default data type for decimal values, generally default choice. Then we have char, a character. It's a, like basically its size is 16-bit. It is used to store only one character. Um, Again, default value is a space. Then we have boolean, which represent one bit of information. It can contain only true or false, that is 1 or 0. The default value is false. So then comes like non-primitive types, which are objects and arrays. Example: a string is an object, and array list custom classes are object. So as I mentioned, I mean, we have some naming rules for variables. Must start with a letter and cannot start with a digit, and no spaces or special symbols. Java is a case sensitive, as I mentioned, like my var is not equals to my like lowercase var. As again, both are not same. It's a case sensitive. Use camel case, like starts with a lowercase, and if it has any like it's like for first name you can give an n as capital letters. If it contains two words, like the second word can start with a capital letter. So again, I will demo the Java variables in IDE as well. So here you can see we have a Java program which use different variables. So it has class variable, instance variable, again local variable and all. So this is a class variable which is declared uh, outside the method and start with static keyword. So it's a class variable. Then this is a instance variable which contain a static. So one is class variable and another is a static variable. Then we also have local variable here, which is defined within variable. Sorry, within a method. So basically, as I mentioned, like which the variable we start with static or class variable here are total objects is class variable declared with a static keyword which belongs to class, not to any specific object, which shares like it's shared among all the instances. Used to keep track here. The total object is used to keep track of how many variable example objects were created. So this is a class. So whenever a new object with a variable example is created, it will keep track, and it can be accessed using the class name dot total object. So if you want to access the value of this variable, you can directly access like variable example dot total object. So it will be used here, you can see. So I will show you the output as well. Then we have instance variable here, declared inside the class but outside the method. So this is a method outside the method we have declared, and belongs to each individual object. Each objects, like you can see, each objects has here I have created person 1 and person 2. This is a class name. Like if you want to create any object, it starts with class name, and you can provide any, it's a variable again, you can provide any object name. Then new um, class name, and you can pass the required parameters. Here you can see it's a constructor. So constructor with name and age. So here this is the class variable, and you can see we are using parameters like name, age, which is passing here. By default, the name and age value is 0, as we are passing alias 25 and bob 30. So when we use display info, it will print user info, which is a local variable, and print a value as alias 25 and bob 30. Yeah, the constructor variable here which is used, this like this is a keyword basically, as name and age are parameters and also considered local variable inside a constructor. So to differentiate it, so this dot name refers to instance variable while name refers to a parameter. So to make name and age as a class variable, like we are using this keyword. And I have another example, like which uses all data types example. So I will demo it in IDE. I have two examples here. One is Java variables, which I shown you now. So it has a class variable, instance variable, constructors with parameter name, age, and total objects. Whenever a new object is created, I'm incrementing it so that the value total object will be increased. And to access class variable, I'm using Java variable dot total objects. So let me execute this. So you can see user info. So I have created first object with alias and 25. So when I call person dot display info, it will print alias and 25. Again, when I use person dot display info, it will again call display info method, which will print local variable user info, and also prints name like Bob and 30, which is instance variable. We are initializing this in while calling or creating the object. Then accessing class variable, you can see before it was initialized with 0. As soon as we create the object, we are incrementing it. So as it is static variable, we can directly use class name and use that variable. So let's see another Java example which uses all data types. I have a primitive data types here, which is a byte, then short, int, and long. So if you want to create int, directly you can have a 4 bytes value. Then if you want to use long or float, you have to use L and F here. I have initialized with some values and character here and boolean with true. Then I have two non-primitive data types, that is name and array numbers, like which has 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I execute this code, it will print all the primitive and non-primitive values. So if I want to print array, I'll be using for loop. So let me execute this now. You can see the primitive data types byte, short, int, long, all are printed here. Again, I'm using sysout for printing the values. You can directly use data type name and give any variable name, then assign the value. It's just initializing the value. So again, the scope of variables, like we'll see the scope of variables in coming videos. Thanks for watching.